JCT, so glad to see everybody. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with us here at the Safety Mile with Jack and Kyle.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Jack. Glad to see you guys. We're going to talk about a few different things this week. Some safety stuff. Kyle's going to talk a little bit about
Challenging violations
and that. But this week, I don't have my birthdays and all that stuff ready. I apologize. We'll catch up on that
Missing
next
Adam
week.
this week. You know,
Yeah. Missing Adam. Got Shelby in here doing it solo.
Of course.
So she's doing our media and producing at the same time. She's multi-talented. She's very good.
Goodness.
So we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a movie quote today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the thing. First JCT driver that replies with the correct movie title
Mm-hmm.
going to win a JCT hat.
Oh!
There we go. Come see us. If you can get by the yard around lunchtime, anytime within the near future, Kyle and I will also take you to lunch.
Oh!
How about that?
Talking about it. Double
Okay.
whammy right there.
I'm telling you, good stuff. So here we go. Movie quote. Let's got to get this right now.
All
Here
right.
we go. Are you ready, Kyle?
I've been ready.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. What were you doing out there? Why did you throw home and tie the game up and put the go-ahead run on second? What team do you play for?
I'm a peach.
Well, I suggest you start acting like it. Hey, start using your head. If you don't know what that is, that's that lump 3 feet above your butt. What is this? Crying? There's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. There you go.
Oh, wow. You like our acting ability? We'd love to hear that too.
That was pretty weak. But anyway, hopefully you can get the right movie title out of that. First JCT driver to respond with the correct movie title. Come see us. We'll have a hat for you, and we'll take you to lunch somewhere.
Hat and lunch.
Okay, gotta swap the hats back out.
That's right.
Okay. No crying in baseball. Okay.
All right.
Tell us a little bit about the violations.
Right. So, hey, if you weren't already aware, if you do in fact get a violation while you're out on the road, no matter what it is, we can, here in the office, challenge that violation. Now, what I would say is you got to get with us first. You know, if we wait too long on this thing, the less of a chance that we actually have a good shot of getting this thing reversed. Now, we have to gather evidence. We have to get with you. We have to check the tapes. I mean, not really the tapes, but you know what I mean. We got to look through our stuff to make sure that we have a fighting chance of this thing. The earlier we get on this thing, the better your memory is, and the better the officer's memory is going to be as well. He is or she is the one that we're going to be sending that challenge to. So if it's been 3 weeks, they might be thinking hey, I don't remember that thing. I was probably right. I usually am. You know, that kind of thing. No one wants to think that they're wrong. But if we get it immediately, if you get that violation that day, you want to make sure you're sending that in to compliance, right?
Yes, send that stuff into compliance. That way we can formally go against and fight that.
Right, so we contest those things, we hear back from the officer, and from there it can remove those points from your record and our record, so you know it's a mutually beneficial thing. But again, you have to get with us. Don't be ashamed, you know, stuff happens, tickets happen. However, even if we got a chance, barely a chance, we want to make sure we're looking at that to see if there's not a better chance that we can actually get that thing reversed.
If nothing else, a lot of times they'll even reduce it.
Right.
They may not beat it completely, but maybe get it reduced. By reducing it, it also reduces the points as well.
100%. Yeah. But that's all I got this week. What you got, Jack?
All right. This week, I want to talk a little bit about some of the multitasking we tend to do as drivers. I want to make sure we limit that multitasking because right now it's springtime. We're getting more people on the road. More people are out and about. More people are traveling. More activity. So distracted driving can kind of create issues, you know, reaching into that bag, having lunch, trying to get those last couple chips out of the bag, you know, brings our eyes away from the road or anything that distracts us is going to create a problem. Also keep in mind with drivers that do travel through rural areas, a lot of times, you know, like myself, I would prefer, you know, cutting across Kansas or Nebraska or a lot of these places. I like to take a lot of those 2-lane roads because it's about as fast. You get to see a little more of the country, and it's not as congested. You know, I'm a little more relaxed driving in those areas. and you can make just as good a time a lot of times, you know, on some of those Kansas Super 2s, Nebraska Super 2s, wonderful highways out there. And if you are doing that, keep in mind, this type of year, we're going into the agricultural season. You're going to see a lot of tractors and stuff out on the road, a lot of farmers moving equipment from field to field. Down south right now, they've been planting and getting ready for that, and as you creep north, you're going to have equipment as they're busting ground and getting ready to plant. So you're going to see a lot of tractor activity, a lot of slower vehicles on the road. So be ready for that in case you run upon it. This is not the time to be distracted or be doing other things. Driving your truck is a very important job, and it does require all of your attention. So we don't want to run into those situations, especially with rolling hills. You know, if a tractor's down in a low spot and you top that hill and you're maybe going a little too fast, there's not a whole lot you can do at that point. There's not a lot of options, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost a too late type situation, especially with the slower moving traffic. So we're going to run into a lot of that here going throughout springtime with, of course, multi-people on the road. You're going to have people missing their exits, and we all know the stupid human tricks people do when they miss their exits. There's no limit to what people try to do to try to squeeze in and make that exit instead of going down to the next exit and coming back. I mean, that makes sense, right? No, we'll zip across 4 lanes
That's
of
my
traffic.
favorite way.
Yes, it is. We'll cut across 8 lanes of traffic, go through the center median, and boom, 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 we made it, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to be. So when that stuff happens, you know, we've got to be ready and prepared for it. It's all about, you know, we talked about our Safe 6 driving techniques. We want to make sure we have those in our pocket and we're ready to use them at all time, or we are using them at all time, making sure we're ready to do our important work every day as far as physically, our well-being, and our equipment. We want to make sure we're ready. We want to have the right speed at all times, adhering to all speed limits so we're not getting any of those violations. We want to have the right sight. We want to look down as far down the road that we can see, looking into our future. We want to make sure we have the right space, guys. We want to have a minimum of 7 seconds following distance at all times. So no matter what happens around us, we can stop safely. And once again, the right response. So no matter what happens, that we have the correct response to any situation because we're attentive and we're aware of what's going on. And then the main thing we want to do as a driver is reduce our risk at all times. We want to limit our distractions and make sure we're prepared to do our important work every day.
That's right.
So that's about all I've got for this week. How about you, Kyle?
Yeah, again, thanks for tuning in, everybody.
All
Thanks
right.
again, Shelby. I appreciate you guys coming on in, and put those comments in for the movie. We'll want to see those.
Yep. Real quick, we'll hit our mission statement. We strengthen our communities by providing safe, reliable, innovative transportation solutions. And the mic just fell.
And our vision, of course, North America's most trusted transportation solutions provider. Thank you guys again for tuning in. We love you.
Be safe, guys. We'll see you soon.